it's Amy, and I'm here today to not bring my October TBR. I've decided to do something a little bit different for the rest of the year. Instead of doing an individual TBR video for October, November, and December, I have decided to do a end of the year TBR. So I've picked about 16 books that I would like to get to by the end of the year, before the end of the year comes to be, before December 31st, and that way I have books to choose from depending on what I'm feeling. So I have a huge variety of different types of genres, different types of books, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. And so these are the books that I will choose from, and I'm going to have this shelf right here, which is empty. It's going to be full of my end of the year TBR. So we'll get started. The first books that I want to get to, I've been rereading the Harry Potter series, and I really want to finish rereading this by the end of the year because I've been rereading this series for like a year and a half. So I would really like to finish it, and so the books I have left are The Order of the Phoenix, the 5th book, which I'm really not looking forward to because Umbridge and emo Harry, it's not my favorite, but we'll see. I was very surprised by The Goblet of Fire. That was one of my least favorites, and I really enjoyed it. So maybe I will enjoy this more than I am anticipating I'm going to enjoy it. And then we have The HalfBlood Prince, which is the 6th book, and then The Deathly Hallows, which is the 7th and final installment of the Harry Potter series. I'm really looking forward to this because I know I will catch more things than the first time. So the next book, in no particular order, this is just on the top of the stack, and that is Princess Ever After by Rachel Hawk. This is the 2nd book in the Royal Wedding series. It's possible that I'll grab the 3rd and final book in the series, but I don't know, but I definitely do want to get to the 2nd one. And then the next book, I chose this one because it's coming up to Halloween, and I don't have a whole lot of scary books, and I tried reading Frankenstein last year and it just didn't work. And so I picked one that is a murder mystery, and that is Buried Secrets by Irene Hannon. And so I don't know a whole lot about this author or this book. The first part, it says they both wanted quieter, safer lives, but crime never sleeps and killers keep killing. Dun dun dun. And so I just thought it would be fun to have something that is a little mysterious, you know, for the month of October. So I probably will be getting to this one in this month. So that is Buried Secrets by Irene Hannon. Next one, I really want to read 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray because 10,000 Skies Above You is coming out next month in November. I think November 4th or 5th. Whatever the first Tuesday in November is, and I want to reread this so I can have a fresh mind of what happened in this book, because the next one definitely picks up almost right after this one. So I will read 1,000 Pieces of You probably this month, and 10,000 Skies Above You is on the list as well, but of course I don't have it yet because it's not out yet. I can't believe I'm rereading a book that I just read this year, but it was so good, and I read it so quickly the first time that I know that I will catch more stuff the second time. So that is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. Okay, and then the next book on my stack is My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. This is a book I bought a couple months ago on Amazon. It's a contemporary book about these two kids that live next door to each other, and I'm assuming they fall in love at some point. Maybe. Possibly. Who knows? So I'm looking forward to reading this. It'll be nice to have a cute contemporary novel in amongst some murder, mystery, fantasy, sci-fi books. So the next book on my stack is A Hopeless Romantic by Harriet Evans. I don't know really anything about this book. I picked it up at books at half-price books for $1 or 50 cents or $1. It was on the clearance rack. So it's just a fun, it just sounds like a fun romance story, and I really do enjoy cute romance stories, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. And I really like the cover. That's part of the reason why I bought it, because she has a pink umbrella and it's sparkly, so I'm looking forward to it. And it's a new author. I've never read anything by Harriet Evans, so yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one. And then the next book is Until We Meet Again by Renee Collins. I want to read this book this month because it comes out in November. Doesn't have a date, just comes out in November. And this is a book about this girl who finds this guy walking down the beach, and he claims he's from like the 1920s, or yeah, the 1920s, and what's going on there? And so it sounds really interesting, and I am looking forward to it, and I really want to get it out, read it before it comes out publication, so I can do a review on it. So that is Until We Meet Again by Renee Collins. And then the next book is the second book in the Timber Ridge Reflections, and that is Beyond This Moment by Tamara Alexander. And I'm actually listening to this right now. I needed another book to listen to. I have found that simple tasks like folding laundry and cleaning the house are so much more enjoyable when you have a book to listen to. So I'm currently listening to this one. I'm like 5 minutes into it. I think it's the same narrator from a distance, so that may be a little obnoxious because she didn't do very well on the men's voices, but we'll see. And I'm looking forward to getting into the story. This is my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite of all of her books, but I definitely love the story in this book. It's about Dr. Molly Whitcomb and James McPherson, which you met in the first book. Molly has come from Georgia to become the teacher, and she has a secret past and things that she's dealing with. And James is the sheriff in Timber Ridge, and yeah, it's their story of them coming together and leaning on each other, and I just think it deals with some really hard issues in a really loving way, and I really love this book. I love the story of these two characters. So that is Beyond This Moment by Tamara Alexander. Okay, and then the last three books that are on my end of the year TBR are a series. A friend of mine loaned these to me, and she loaned them to me like 2 months ago, so I really do want to get all of these read before the end of the year. And the books, this series, I don't know what the series is called, but the first book is The Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. I think the series is actually called The Poison Study. I'm not sure. And then the second book is The Magic Study, and the third and final book is The Fire Study. So I don't know a whole lot about this series. I never heard of it, but it was one of my friend's favorite series, and she's like, you should read it. So I was like, okay, and she lent me her books. And so I think this first book is about this girl who is a prisoner, and she has been brought in to be the food taster because she's set to be executed, but the food taster has died, and the next person to be executed, they are the one to come into that job. And so it sounds really interesting, and we'll see if I finish. If I like the first book, I will continue with the series. If I don't, then obviously I will not finish the series. So I know I just said that these were the last books on my TBR, but I forgot a couple, and one of them is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. It's the fourth book in the Throne of Glass series, and I want to read this before the end of the year. Probably. I don't want to have to read Airfire again, but I may have to because I don't remember anything that's going on. And then I promise this is the last book, and that is Firefight by Brandon Sanderson. It's the second book in the Reckoners series, and I was supposed to read it last month and I didn't get to it, so I'm going to request it from my library and hopefully get it soon and read it soon. So, okay, so those are the books that are on my TBR. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 books on my TBR for the end of the year. My goal is to read at least 4 books in each month, so I may not get to all of these, but I have choices, and I found that when I have choices, I read a lot more, because sometimes you're just not feeling fantasy, so you need to read a contemporary. Sometimes you're not reading contemporary, so you need to read some sci-fi. So we'll see. Okay, well guys, let me know what you are reading in the month of October. If you have ideas of what I should read next, go right ahead. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you've read any of these books, let me know what your thoughts are on them. And as always, guys, I hope you're having a great reading month, and I will see you on the flip side.